I'm not gonna lie, we're gonna have to lock in for one of these ones, bro. This is probably gonna be the most serious react that we've ever done on this channel. I'm 40 and I wasted my life. Don't make the same mistake. I got this shit recommended to me and I was like, whoa, this shit's low-key a wake-up call. Why am I getting recommended this?
Nigga got Fortnite in the background. This might be
Yo!
a wake-up call.
This nigga got Fortnite and this skin kind of look OG a little. I'm not even gonna lie. Yo, you might have played Prime Fort. What do you mean you missed out on life? Like that's arguably the best it gets. So we're gonna lock in. We're gonna see what this is about. See what not to do before we're 40. Considering most of us in this chat are pretty young. I love y'all. Let's get to it.
I'm 40 and I wasted my life. I've got nothing to show for it. No house, no savings, no career that I'm proud of. I'm pouring everything that I have into this channel because I've got nothing else. And if you're in your 20s or even your early 30s and you think you've got time, I'm telling you right now, you don't.
Yeah, no, that's facts.
I wish I had someone in my life when I was younger, someone who actually cared enough about me and was smart enough to show me how life really worked, how women really operated, and what I actually needed to focus on. I didn't have that. I was getting all of my ideas about love and success and women from movies and idiots my own age who didn't know anything at all. So there was no sense of urgency, no perspective, just vibes and dumb plans and this fantasy that everything would somehow work.
Nigga, this fuck you meme movies. Yo. That's like, bro, that's why I work like so hard towards this shit, cause like streaming the channel is like what's mainly my focus, and when I'm not working, I'm mainly doing this, or I'm sleeping. So it's like, bro, it's like my worst nightmare. I don't want to have nothing to show for it, but like 40 no savings is kind of crazy. I am in my early 20s no savings though, and I feel like, dude, honestly, it's been rough though. But like, yeah, no, the time thing is the biggest thing as well, because like the years start moving faster, bro. Like I didn't realize the genuine like the time shit until like probably like last year or like 2 years ago. And even then I feel like I've realized it more in the past 6 months than I ever have, because like, dude, like the past 4 months before this month of my life was like really rough, and that shit was 4 months. It feels like yesterday, bro. So it's like, yeah, no, the time shit is crazy because it only gets faster. Like we're already in March, bro. We're already like, I feel like we're already a quarter of the year over.
In my 20s, I thought I was, super deep and cool, and because I had tattoos and I knew some obscure bands and played drums, and I thought being different was a personality. I wasn't building anything real. I was just chasing sex and novelty, hooking up with women because I was addicted to the high, not the connection, just the rush. I spent more time crushing on church girls who didn't like me, and hanging out at coffee shops and smoking cigarettes, drinking lattes, and going to hardcore shows. I did more of that than I did doing anything that would help me long term.
Wait, this nigga said hardcore shows. Yo, shut
Lucian Briscoe says, all fucking right, this sounds like me.
Yo, you're not there yet though. You have time.
I mean, at 23, I was playing ding dong ditch with my friends, like I was 13 again, thinking it was hilarious, which it was, but fun times. But I wasted so many hours.
Damn, ding dong ditch at 23 is crazy.
Just trying to get, validation from people who didn't care if I lived or died. At the end of the day, I thought my life was meaningful because it looked cool in photos, it looked cool on MySpace. But, all I was doing was burning through the most valuable years of my life. The years where I had the most energy, the most flexibility, and the most time to build something meaningful. Nobody told me I was wasting it. Nobody. And when the world sees you drifting, it doesn't intervene. It just keeps feeding you distraction after distraction and lie after lie while profiting off of your blindness and ignorance.
I feel like waste is subjective. I think it's subjective too, but I also think I think it also matters to what extent that, I mean, are you doing shit that's actually going to benefit you? You know what I'm saying? Like, luckily I have family who, in the case of like certain things, will guide me and like steer me in the right direction. At least that's what happened earlier. But like them asking the questions of like what are the plans or what is your plan for things is generally good. I feel like I'm headed on a good track. I do wish I started sooner or like succeeded sooner, but the best time to plant a tree is yesterday. The second best time to plant a tree is today. It's interesting. I think because I've heard this before, I think this is why people have midlife crises. When you realize that you haven't really done anything, it can be scary. And then you also don't realize it's like, what, you don't have anything. What have you been working on for the past 10 years? You know what I'm saying?
And then fast forward into my late 20s, then I got into a relationship that wrecked my life. She got pregnant and everything changed.
Brother.
And I love my son. I would never undo that. But that relationship, it was a disaster. I did not know how to choose wisely at all. I confused chaos and passion and intensity with love, because no one ever taught me the difference. I thought it was normal for things to be dramatic and unpredictable. I thought that meant we were meant to be or something. I don't know. But instead, I don't know what was going on, but instead I ended up in family court fighting for time with my own son, treated like an intruder and a criminal for wanting to be a father. 30s were a nightmare. I was broke, I was depressed, I was isolated, missing my son constantly, and dealing with games and lies and schemes my ex would pull to destroy the bond between me and my son.
Damn. But goodness grief, bro. Damn, bro. Being broke in your 30s would like, that shit would cook me. I'm not even gonna lie. Your 20s are your dick around years. Even then, the way I feel now, it's like I really feel you don't have any dick around years, because it's like, bro, people forget their shit can get like cut short. Like some of us might be even fated to not reach 40. You know what I'm saying? You just never know what's in the books. You know, 60s are your peak years. I don't know about that one. I feel like your peak year, it's like 60s are where you like start to deal with like health issues and shit. And the thing about being sick is like once you're sick, you like all the other issues become like trivial. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing worse than being sick. Like a sick person only wants one thing. A person with issues wants like multiple things to fix their issues. You know, you should not be broke in your late 20s and 30s. Yeah, I feel like that's a little cooked, because it's like damn, you know. Shit, losing your bitch way worse than being sick. I would say the opposite. Dude, a lot of people, I think that's also one of the reasons, like, dude, a lot of people pick the wrong partner too. Lost my hoe and wanted to die? Nah, it's facts. I feel like a lot of people choose the wrong person. That's also like another issue for another thing, because I've watched that shit happen constantly. Or people who pick the person that they're not really compatible with just because it seems like right or it fits. It's like, bro, so many people want the idea of like marriage and relationships to the point where they like lose themselves in terms of chasing that. Even I used to be like that to some extent. It's like, damn, I don't want to be single. But then it's like you're doing all sorts of shit that you yourself wouldn't want to do or like to do. You know what I'm saying? Just because you don't want to be like alone and shit. That's like a genuine issue a lot of people run into. Next thing you know, you're a couple years in a relationship, you're not happy and you're not sure why, and it's like oh, it could be boredom. Sometimes people mix it up for boredom, but even then sometimes love can make it past boredom. But then at the same time, some people just settle, bro. It's like legitimately, I've only seen like one good marriage like last. I've only seen one good marriage last in like my life, and that has been my aunt and my uncle's marriage. But it's because the two of them actively make each other better people. You know what I'm saying? Like they actively make each other better, and that's I think what you need to look for. I mean, feelings have to be involved, but I think it's one of those things where it's you have to find someone who's not your missing piece, but is going to complement who you are and make you a better person in terms of everything that you do. And they do that for each other. I think that's why it works so well. The wrong woman will destroy you, and it's the same thing with a guy as well. The wrong person will ruin like will have access to ruin your life. You got to be really careful.
I wasn't just dealing with grief. I was dealing with a system that didn't care if I disappeared. And yeah, a few times I, in the midst of all that, tried to date again. I finally started to see what I'd been blind to in my 20s. I was no longer.
Love is real, but get money first. I feel like that is the move. But at the same time, that's difficult too, because like your average person isn't gonna get rich in like the first couple years of like doing something, right? Let's say it takes you like 7 years to like get rich, right? And you haven't been doing any dating at all. You're basically starting the dating game with like no badges, bro. You have like no skills. You don't know what is like needed to take care of a woman, and then on top of that you have like money, which will sometimes attract the wrong people. You know what I'm saying? That's why some people be going undercover to find their wives in like different countries and shit. They're like looking for like genuine love. I feel like genuine love with a good person is like really rare to find. I think you gotta luck out for that shit, bro. It's like hitting the lottery to find a good person that you're like attracted to and like is actually a good person and has the same goals as you.
That 27-year-old stuck in a 500 days of summer mindset, falling for manic pixie dream girls.
No Job
you know?
says, shut up, gay nigga.
You know, just because they like.
Dude, and girls are a slippery slope too, as well. You gotta be careful, bro. These niggas who dead waste years of their lives chasing girls, and then they're like, what the fuck do I even like have? Like, all this shit is pointless. I don't have a fucking wife either. At the end of the day, that's an addiction as well. It's like anything like drugs or like just people have different fixes. Some people are addicted to drugs. Some people are addicted to gambling. Drugs is probably the most harmful out of those. Some people are addicted to chasing women. A lot of those things don't bring you actual contentment in life.
The shins too. You know, now I saw the red flags clearly. Girls with baby rabies, daddy issues, manipulation. I could spot it instantly.
Damn.
I was like a bloodhound for that kind of thing. It's easy to detect now. That's the part that stings the most. Now I'm 40. I hate my job, but it's not just that. I'm disillusioned by the world. Once you see how everything really works, how broken it all is, you cannot unsee it. Everything feels fake. The economy is a scam. Inflation is gutting families. People are more isolated than ever before.
Lucian Briscoe says
no
nigga
one's
was
honest.
on Fortnite and was losing and started thinking about life.
Nah, it is crazy. He was playing Fort before this. That's actually nuts, bro. Nah, but them Fort losses, dude, I swear to God, bro. Looking at that, you placed 5th, you placed 7th, god damn, and then you just look there and you just watch the guy. Like, that shit have you be thinking, it's like, fuck, I'm a loser, bro. I just lost. I didn't even make it to top 10. It'd be even worse when you die in 27th to some bullshit. You're like, fuck, I'm ass. And then the nigga that killed you died right after.
No one's fulfilled. And there's a deep apathy baked into everything now. That's why I'm here. This isn't a content hobby for me. This is me refusing to stay silent. This is me using what I have left to build something real, because the clock is ticking.
He looks pretty good for 40 though, I would say.
And also, you know, if I die before I can tell my son any of this, before he can know, I mean, he's almost 11.
Wow, that's.
But I want my son to know that his dad didn't just give up, that I fought very hard and went through a lot, and that I bled in silence. That I fought to stay in his life tooth and nail. I fought to become something that he could be proud of. And I fought against a system that was way bigger than myself, that tried to break me. And so this channel, Dad Mode and Dark Mode, is part of that fight. It's my record. It's my time capsule, my legacy. It's my proof that I didn't just drift off into silence and was just passive. And I hope one day, when he's ready, he'll understand all of this. You will be stuck working a job that you hate with nothing to show for it except memories that don't even matter, that you constantly think about, and it leaves you with no air in your lungs. This pain, you know what that pain is when you think about, you know, what once was. But yet every hour you waste now is a debt you're going to have to pay later. You should be building something. Skills, discipline, financial stability, wisdom, a backbone. And if you don't know where to start, I wrote something for you. It's called Dark Mode Protocol. You can find the link in my channel description. I'll leave it in the video description as well.
Anyway, let's check out some of these comments, bro. Bro got Fortnite loaded in the back, just giving us life. 36, no job, living with parents, no direction in life, no idea what to do with myself. It sucks. Holy shit. Same, have job, but after job, life feels meaningless and don't know why. I'm 39, no partner, in a job I hate, and renting. It's a real struggle. The best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time is now. That's perfect. Who are these basement dwellers? This is a lot of people, man. Like goodness, like, it's actually crazy. People don't realize that, like Like low key, your average loser is more common than like your average like successful person, bro. Like I be making jokes about how I have no social life and shit, but like there's a lot of people who genuinely have no social life and are like aren't doing anything with the no social life. You know what I'm saying? Like they just sit at home. But like I don't know. Well, living in modern society is a waste of your youth anyway. Life has no promises for any... Dude, some of these comments are crazy. My father married my mother. That does not mean he knows anything about women. She was his first girlfriend. We never talk about women, relationships. Having a father does not equal having a coach. I feel like that's also another... That's true. A lot of people don't have actual genuine guidance in terms of shit too. A lot of us are figuring out shit manually. So like, that's also kind of rough. A lot of people don't have dads. And more importantly, dads who actually know what the fuck is going on and what to do. Like you can have a good mom, but a good mom can only do so much. You know what I'm saying? It's like you look at people who have had good fathers and you're like, nah, this shit makes sense.